This one right here for them haters. What's up, boy? I see you, nigga. Yo, this one right here gonna piss a lot of niggas off. But it also might help you step your game up. Know what I'm saying? Look at it as a gift and a curse. Yeah, it's up in every verse, nigga. Hezeleo. Let's go. Stick to trapping, cause you suck at rapping. Probably known in the hood, but you ain't what's happening. Got some suckers on the corner and a few on the block. Got your head pumped up, telling you that you're hot. Those fiends buy rocks, they don't buy no records. Be around when you up and you be gone in a second. If your light twinkle out, they gon' disappear. You be the only motherfucker left standing here. That's why I spread myself around and don't depend on shit. Get comfortable in this biz, in this game of shit. Mind you, I said biz what you thought this was. Just getting fucked up and go perform at a club. That's what's up. If you see that there, you can get it how you live. But homie, beware. Most niggas on the roster, they pay for their spot. 6 minutes, get your prime tight and get your ass out. Some of y'all just don't get on. A lot of y'all ain't never gonna get on. Ready to rock, I'm already dead. And most of y'all
ain't never did shit, yeah.
Some of y'all
Just don't get it. Never gonna get it. I already did it. Ain't never did shit. Come back. Yeah, y'all. Get that dough. Hustle no more. Dog.
I'ma do something different. Come down in helicopter with the candy paint driven. Been on the road, getting money all over the region. It's local, kinda easy. Yes, this is my season. I ain't complaining, no, I'm tripping. I'm living my
y'all
dreams.
stay warm, man. Y'all stay warm, man.
He was out on the block with a box of CDs, pushing mixtape like he was moving that cheese.
J-Law. Just don't get it. Ain't never gonna get it. I've already did it. Ain't never did shit. Just don't get it. Ain't never gonna get it. I've already did it. Ain't never did shit. Unreleased. Dropping soon. Comac. We about to talk about Trill code. We about to talk about Trill code. Give me one you want me to speak on. I got some of my own, but give me one you want me to speak on. We're gonna talk about some Trill code. But it's an unreleased record. One of 4 records. Dropping soon. You'll be able to pick up on Bandcamp. You'll be able to pick up on iTunes, Spotify, and all those player sites. But first, if you haven't, go join my Bandcamp. Go join my Bandcamp. Go join my Bandcamp. And always be first to receive the records when they drop. You'll always be first and never last. Yeah, so we're gonna get off into it. Welcome to the best part of waking up. We're going for 4 miles today. If you with me or not, we're going for 4 miles today. The weather is bad, and I know I shouldn't be doing this because I've been off for damn near 3 weeks, but I went on and told my company fuck y'all. I ain't coming in. It's too cold, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing in this shit, bitch. What I look like being in this motherfucking cold fucking with y'all. Not me. You better holler at them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they want one of them lows, but not me, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Just did a badass leather, man, for the cold. But these tunes I'm hearing is hot. Yeah, that's what it's hitting for. But now I'm taking off until Tuesday, nigga. I ain't going back to work until Tuesday. Fuck that shit. But let me tell you though, when I go back to work on Tuesday, nigga, I'm going hammer. When I go back to work on Tuesday, all y'all gonna see or get from me is nothing but content, man. I ain't gonna have time for talking about a motherfucking thing. I'm lying. That's part of my content. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my motherfucking income. Shit, I'm be talking up a storm. But yeah, let's get to these motherfucking Trill codes and how this came about. I was talking to one of my player partners, and we was discussing when is it a fine line when you're stepping on your partner's toes? When is it a fine line when you're standing and stepping on your partner's toes? So it brings me back to, first of all, if you had a sibling or a brother or brothers, when you have brothers and you grow up in the same house, there's always a fine line when brothers step on each other's toes. And being young individuals, brothers don't even think about it because they feel like a entitlement from a brother. You my brother, nigga, fuck you, nigga. I can wear your clothes. And that's true. But how about you ask, hey, can I wear that shirt? And let me say, yeah, then you go get it. Don't just go take my shit. Because at the end of the day, we still man-childs. We still young men. So before I get to the fine line of crossing the line with a friend, let me give you understanding of how brothers cross the line. Most of the time, brothers find flaw in each other because they're always around each other and they find reasons to quarrel. Look at different species, like dogs, for instance. You can have two dogs come from the same litter, same mama. I don't know who their daddy is, because you know dogs can be fucked on by different dogs and shit and have different babies for different dogs. But you got the two puppies. They grow up, they become little tykes. So the two puppies wind up scratching and fighting and always quarreling over something. You never know what they quarreling over because they don't speak English. Now, if you find a dog that speak English, send me an invite so I can come steal that motherfucker and get paid off that bitch. Come on, man. But yeah, so they always quarreling over something. So let's go to the human race. You see this also with different other species, monkeys and whatnot, but let's go to the human race. And I'll go to my dynamic specifically. Me and my brothers, we always had collision over minds. That's minds. You see what I'm saying? We always had wreck over don't touch my shit. So as we grew older, don't touch my shit went from items like shoes, clothes, pants, belts, shoestrings, shirts, bullshit. Then also, we also had issue with sometimes food. Hey, that's my such and such. That's my piece of cake. That's my such and such. So we would collide over that. Then we would collide over disrespect. Then we would collide over the age. I'm your bigger brother. Well, I'm your younger brother. We always found something to quarrel over. But when we all came of age, the dynamics was like this. I'm one of four boys. I'm one of four boys that my mama had. And we were staff step. We had an older brother, which is about 10 years older than me. Then I had another older brother who was about 6 or 7 years older than me. Then I had a sister, and I have a sister who's about 3, 4 years older than me. Then I had a little brother, which I still have a little brother, who's about 2 years younger than me. So that was the dynamics and the stair step of our little family and sibling rivalry. But coming of age, for me and my little brother, we were very mannish. Now, don't get me wrong, we weren't super smart, but we had a whole lot of common sense. You understand? We didn't have a whole lot of book sense, but we had a whole lot of street sense and common sense. People say common sense don't exist, but I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back. All right, I had to get rid of that. But yeah, so when me and my little brother started coming of age, we got into the Kagogi business very early. And as y'all know, he went to prison soon as he turned 16. So yeah, you gotta know that he was very managed at a young age. He was driving cars when he was 10 years old. So you gotta know he was very managed at a young age. He was the type of individual that was fucking grown women when he was 13 years old, and they never knew that he was just a child. You know what I mean? Because he knew how to drive. He had money in his pocket. He smoked cigarettes. Like it damn near was comical, because here's this kid with a 6th, 7th grade education on some grown man shit. You know what I mean? Here's a kid with a completion of the 6th grade, made it to the 7th grade, but didn't complete the 7th grade, driving cars, smoking cigarettes, hanging in the grown folks areas. So the females thought maybe he was a young man, but he really was like 13, 14. So the dynamic of the thin line of disrespect, like I told you, first started with items of entitlement, clothing articles, jewelry, so on and so forth, food. Now here, because we're coming of age, it gets a little tricky and sticky. And this is going to be the first Trill code. So listen up close, get out your notebooks. Having 4 boys in the house, all of them heterosexual, all of them pull hoes. Now don't get me wrong, I think I pulled second best, because at one point in time, my big brother was a hellified nigga. At one point in time, my big brother had bad bitches galore. Yeah, man. He had what you call Kagogi galore. Kagogi galore. You know what I mean? He had brown skin with pretty hair. He had yellow bone. He had bright. He had this and that. Then I fucked around and served him that devil, man. I fucked around and introduced him to that devil, man. You know what I'm saying? But that was later in life. Now, my other brother, he had some issues mentally, a little bit more in depth. I think we all praise it in the motherfucker, but he was a little bit more self-conscious. He didn't think highly of himself. So his array of bitches were nothing for me to even look at. Can you dig? His array of bitches was nothing for me to even take a peek at, because he normally pulled the dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? He normally pulled the dogs of the bunch. Yeah, man. He normally pulled the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Now we get to me. Y'all get ready now. Now we get to me. I was tall and slender, and I was symmetrically built with a 6-pack, and I had cuts and rips. I didn't know no better. I didn't know that was a magazine body. I didn't know that there was a TV body. I thought everybody was built like my body. Had a whole 6-pack. But them 40 ounces fucked that up. That's why the best part of waking up is getting some of this bullshit in your cup. That's why I gotta get in here and do some motherfucking vigorous working out, weightlifting and this and that and treadmilling. But back to the motherfucking story to get to the first Trill code. I was able to pull all sorts of bitches. I was able to pull bitches like I had a tow truck. You dig? And I was on foot. Now you a bad motherfucker when you could pull bitches on foot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shoes all crooked to the side, walking with a musty arm, and the bitches want to be interested in you. Now you know you ain't shit. All the niggas ride around in cars, you won't fuck with a nigga on foot. But yeah, I had all kind of bitches. So it goes to my little brother. And like I said, he 13, 14, pulling grown ass women. So he had females his age all the way up to females my big brother age. And some of his females, they were dope. They were dope. He had some good looking females. Then he also had some dogs. I had some dogs too. I ain't gonna bullshit you. I had some dogs. I had a litter of dogs, but I also had a litter of bad young bitches. I'm talking about white, black, and I'd be lying if I say Asian or Oriental or Vietnamese. I came this close. From getting me a piece of Vietnamese kagogi. Oh yeah, cutting. I came this close. You can't see how close. Like the song Phil Collins got. So close. But when I got close, I started to realize my desire for you is strong, but I must move on. So I'm letting you know. I'm letting you go. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Get that shit. She smelled funny. And she was fine, don't get me wrong. But she smelled funny. And I ain't talking about her kagogi because I ain't get that close. I'm just talking about the aroma of her pores, of her skin was giving off something eerie to me that didn't sit right with my nose. So all that hunger and desire for her began to retract because she had a funny smell. And I wasn't attracted to that. And so I kind of backed away from reaching out and chasing the Oriental persuasion. I'm not prejudiced. I'm sure there's an Oriental Asian woman that'll make me cut a backflip. But I just don't be looking at them no more. I'm going to tell you what I look at now. Get your notes out. Get your pencil ready. I look at a big, fine, dark motherfucker with a small waist and a big old ace and some big old tillers and a cute face that smell good, that take care of her body. I'm talking about soak that kagogi in a tub. I'm talking about shades her. I like a woman that stays in the tub 2-3 hours. Playing all that motherfucker. Whatever it takes to make you happy, baby. Whatever it takes to make you smile, sugar. I'll be around. You know what I'm saying? That shit make a nigga feel good, man. That make a Trill. I'm talking about, that's when you hear me say a steam clean queen. When you hear me say the phrase, a steam clean queen, that's what I'm talking about. Now, ladies, if you ain't no steam clean queen, you ain't got no business on the motherfucking scene. Don't come by my way. We ain't got nothing to talk about. In that post I made the other day talking about 70% of men, statistics said it's okay if it stink a little bit. It's true. Nah. But yeah, so I had some dogs, but I had some bad ones too. Now, first Trill code, we're finna get to it. Having the entitlement of that's mine, now it came down to women because all the boys in the house have came of age. I don't know what my two big brothers have been going through, but I'm pretty sure they was on some bullshit. I'm pretty sure the older one was stealing the younger one bitches underneath his nose the whole day long. He probably ain't even know a big brother was a no good motherfucker. But yeah, so now we got all these different females running in and out of the house. Now, some of them would fall by the wayside. It was like playing alligator come across. They may have came to see me, but big bro may have said something they like, whatever. So the wires get crossed, the lines get crossed. But where is the fine line to where you disrespecting your brother? So that's what brings us to Trill code number 1. Trill code number 1. If you respect a man, if you respect a man and that man mutually respects you, you do not touch a woman that you know he loves unless she a hoe. Unless she a hoe. Before you touch her, you say, brother. He gonna be, yes, brother. Brother. Now that woman you all googly-eyed about, now you know I love you, brother, but that's a hoe. He might be like, you hating, and you're gonna be like, brother, knowing I love you, I'm only trying to protect you from the future of her hoism. I'm only trying to protect you from the terror of her hoism. Almost like terrorism, but hoism. You did put the two together. Now, if he got love and respect for you, it's gonna be noted. But then you tell him, if you don't believe me, we can expose her and I'll show you. Because I don't want you to go down the line and be hurt and brokenhearted, because I love you, brother. We didn't move like that. We were too immature to move like that. But later on in life, it was an understanding. So a lot of times the lines got crossed. So first Trill code, do not touch a woman that your brother loves unless he know and you know she a hoe. Amen. See, we ran into a lot of wires crossed. We had so many girls. You know when you pop a bag of popcorn, that the popcorn bag be flat until you expose it to the radiation inside the microwave, and that goddamn popcorn go to jumping like a motherfucker. That's how we had hoes. We had hoes like popcorn. Them hoes were popping out everywhere. Now don't get me wrong, it was Kagogi galore. And nigga just grab what he wanted and put some sausage on it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga just grab what he wanted and put some sausage in it and go on about your business. But when you know a man has strong feelings for a woman, if you respect that man, you take your time and you unpeel the layers of that onion and you say, brother, she's not right. He gonna fight you because the matters of the heart cannot be easily undone. This man, if you do this the wrong way, can have a personal vendetta against you until the end of his days. That's the matters of the heart. That man can have a personal get back vendetta or just holding that near and dear until the end of his days. And to his deathbed, he'd be laying there on his deathbed, he'd be coughing. And you'd be like, you all right, brother? He'd be like, yeah, But I gotta tell you something. He about to check out. Can you imagine a man laying on his back at the end of his days, hoping God appreciate the error of his ways and will correct them and have corrected him? And he say, come closer. And you say, I'm right here, brother. I'm right here. And you lean over, and you hold his hand, and he said, I never forgot you fucked my bitch. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. That's how shit go. So that thin line, man, you just have to, if you got respect for an individual, you move accordingly. That's Trill code number 1. Now there's a flip side to Trill code number 1. There's a flip side. Brother, and I want you brothers to get your pencils and papers out. If you come by this video, you know what I mean, later on catch the replay, get your pencils and papers out, because this is pivotal right here. This is pivotal right here. That don't save every hoe, bro. Your love will not save every hoe. You did? Don't you go to catching feelings for every woman across your doorstep and think that your player partners or your brothers supposed to respect your boundaries. See, that's when you got the game fucked up. That's when you cock blocking. You know, that's when you cock blocking and could go get stopping. You can't be cock blocking and could go get stopping. Human beings have an enormous attraction to one another. And sometimes even your love can't stop a nigga from putting that dick on a bitch. You know what I mean? Not even your love. You know what I mean? And you be sitting there trying to figure it out. Why? Why? She know I die for her. Stupid motherfucker. You die for any hoe then. You know what I'm saying? Stupid motherfucker. You die for any bitch then. You better find you a motherfucking worthy queen, but have an understanding that even her sometime may not be off limits. That brings me to my side notes. If you ever seen the movie 300, there's a lot of mixed emotions about the movie 300 because the dynamics of King Leonidas fighting against supposedly the god Xerxes is a depiction of a race war. See, a lot of y'all didn't know that. King Leonidas represented the Europeans. Supposedly, this is just, hey, I don't know. Don't make me know, never mind. I ain't no damn historian. I'm just telling you what I think I know. So, King Leonidas represented the Europeans. And Xerxes, who was a so-called god, represented the people of color. So if you notice, a lot of the Persians that was on King Xerxes' side, correction, some of them had skin that resembled a darker complexion. Some of them looked purple. Some of them looked Arab. Some of them looked Pakistan. Some of them look like them sand niggas. But that don't have nothing to do with the price of rice in China. My point is, even your queen sometimes can be compromised. Now, King Leonidas felt as if he was fighting for a worthy cause. He didn't want his territory invaded by the Persians, because he didn't know what they were going to get over there and do. Them Persians probably would have been over there putting 12 inches of dick on bitches. You dig? Them Persians probably been over there smoking weed and barbecuing and you know how them niggas is. That's what he thinks. And we let them niggas come over here, man, them niggas gonna run through our bitches, you know what I'm saying? So he wanted to prevent that shit. He wanted to prevent that shit before it went too far, because he heard they were coming. The Persians were invading all across the territories and taking over the lands, making it their own. But King Leonidas just couldn't imagine his petite, little precious Caucasian European wife being stomped down on, being stood up in, and being jogged with a nigga dropping 12 inches of nigga dick on a bitch ass. So he said, we gonna go cut that shit off. We gonna go fight, even if we die. I heard that their army brigade consisted of 3 to 4 to 10,000 men, but we only got 300. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. I would have came downstairs eating my grapes and shit, just got through knocking down my old lady, and King Leonidas would have made that announcement. I would have been, oh, all the way till it was time to leave. You know what I'm saying? I would have been, oh, all the way until it was time to leave. And once everybody mounted up and got their swords and robes and shields together, oh, I would have been hiding like a motherfucker. I would have been hiding like a motherfucker. Now, don't get me wrong. I can be a great follower if there's a great leader present. I can be a great follower if there's a great leader present. But you ain't no great leader if you tell me we going to a fight. Oh. And I say, pardon me, King Leonidas. I hear we're going to a Royal Rumble. He said, yes. I said, could you tell me more about the dynamics of this battle that we're about to enter? And King Leonidas said, shit, it's 10,000 of them versus 300 of us. I no longer remain a great follower. See, at that point in time, I become a great leader because those dynamics tell me that King Leonidas stupid than a motherfucker. This nigga is crazy. Come on, man. This nigga here is out of his rabbit ass mind, man. You talking about we about to go to battle and fight 10,000 motherfuckers. Nigga, do you know Mao? King, let me ask you this, King. You finished the 9th grade? Nigga, you ever went to grade school? Because your mouth right now, King, your mouth is not mouthing. So yeah, all the way up until where we were about to disperse and go into battle, I would have been, oh. As soon as them niggas went to marching, I would have been at the end of the line. I would have been marching backwards. You understand? They would have been marching forward, and I would have been marching backwards. Then I would have took all that goddamn battle shit off and went and got my bitch. And we're laid up and chill. Fuck that bullshit. I'm only gonna protect this motherfucking hut. Then I'm in. And niggas come, and it might be 500 against one. And at least I live a good life. But yeah, so the flip side of the dynamics of respecting what your brother loves, it's also understanding as the brother who's being respected that even your love can't protect that hope. Because I had a lot of respect for King Leonidas' woman, but he made that idiotic plan to go stand against the Persians and got annihilated. And while he was on the battlefield, sleeping with them niggas, his wife was unprotected. He didn't leave any protection around her. And she got knocked down on some political shit. She got knocked down. She bargained with her Kagogi to get her man some assistance because the government didn't want to send out any more soldiers because they felt King Leonidas came up with a selfish, idiotic plan that was divided. The cabinet was not in agreement with his plan. Therefore, he only could convince 300 people to go out there and squab with him. So his wife negotiated with her body to one of the governors of the cabinet. And she said, could you please send more soldiers? And one of the governors looked at her and said, oh, this bitch desperate. This bitch desperate than a motherfucker, man. I can tell this hoe anything right now. Come on, man. I can get anything about this bitch right now. You know what I'm talking about? So he said, why would I do that when your husband, the king, just came up with an idiotic plan? I would be stupid to send more men to slaughter. She said, but he means well. He means well. I really wish you would reconsider and please send him some help. He say, I understand you're quite concerned, but what is it worth to you? You know what I mean? What is it worth to you if I can grant your wishes? And she don't say much, but he know she really saying with her body language, anything you want. Anything you want. And that's when he took her. He took her. He knocked her down from the back. He hit that ass from the back, then the scene changed. So he probably, I don't know how long he was. You know what I'm saying? He stood up in that ass. But he was not a noble man. Because even though she paid the price with her Kagogi in the negotiation, they had entered into an agreement, but he reneged. He reneged in front of the political cabinet while having a meeting. She addressed the governors and she said, Governor such and such is in agreement with me that King Leonidas could use more men. All we need is for the rest of you guys to get on board and we can dispatch more numbers to assist King Leonidas in protecting Corsica. And they were like, why we would do that? King Leonidas made a stupid decision. And the one that she gave the Kagogi to, she was rest assured that he was going to go ahead and go against them and get them to sway their decision. But even he stood against her. When he stood against her, he said, why would we listen to the words of you, woman, when you are a whore who threw herself at me just the other night in the pale moonlight? Why would we take your words with a grain of salt when you gave me some head, you know what I'm saying, under the motherfucking pale moonlight? Bitch, get out of here. Man, he disrespected that motherfucker, man. He disinfected her like motherfucker. So the flip side of it, brothers and sisters, even your love won't close that Kagogi. That Kagogi stove is a motherfucker. You take note of that. Don't you run around here so attached to that Kagogi stove that if it get compromised, you lose your motherfucking mind. You want to off yourself. You want to off somebody. You want to off her and her lover and the dog. The dog like, the fuck I got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck I got to do with it? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the flip side of it. Even your love will not protect the Kagogi store. That's Trill code, brother. So move accordingly. Move accordingly. It's snowing where I'm at. It's a beautiful scene. It's snowing. And things have fallen the way they've fallen. And I've realized Trill code number 2. Sometimes, get your pen and pad. Trill code number 2. Sometimes things are out of your control. Let's say that again. Sometimes things, life and things are out of your control. My advice to you, brothers and sisters, would be to stay faithful, stay prayerful, let go and let God and enjoy the ride. Sometimes fighting against the current will only exhaust you and stress you out. Rest assured, you've done all that you can. Now you must place your burdens in the hands of God. Now that's true. It may sound spiritual, but you wonder what that got to do with being Trill. The origination, birth of a nation, the word Trill comes from a group of individuals that lived and roamed the streets during a certain time. And a huge percentage of these individuals were spiritual. They were raised right, but they didn't understand their circumstance. They didn't know why they had less. They didn't know why they were less fortunate. So when the game flirted, walking around in the miniskirt, letting young men get a peek at her big wagon, young men were enticed to change their dynamics, to change their trajectory. They only were trying to change their circumstance. They did not know that they were making history that would be spoke of in the later years in rap song from artists such as our beloved group UGK, introducing the world to what we called our lifestyles. Trill. Now you have Trill everywhere, spread it like wildfire, but no one has ever stopped to think and ask, what is the origin of Trill? What did it mean? Who were involved? What was the lifestyles of these individuals? But trust and believe, God spare my life quite a bit longer. All of these questions will be answered. The prophecy will be fulfilled. Trill prophecy. Cool, man. Yeah, man, I like that, man. Trill prophecy, man. Man, one day, man, Trill is gonna be on top, man. They ain't gonna be able to stop us, man. One day it's gonna be really revealed that these niggas rode out here in these streets risking their life and their freedom. Not because it was fashionable, not because it was popular, not because it was trendy, not because it was a TikTok trend or a social media trend or it was a rap song or a lyric. These niggas was unfortunate and they lived this way. So I'll say this to you, any of you who have came by my YouTube channel and discredited, you've done yourself a disservice, because what I plan to bring to you in the near future will knock your fucking socks off. The greatest Trill niggas that I know never touched the microphone. The trillest niggas I know has never touched the microphone. There's an era we come from. There's an era we come from. There's a time period where we come from that locks you in to this Trill era. It wasn't the early 80s. It was a little bit after that. And all of the motherfucking 90s. All of the motherfucking 90s until we escaped. Some of us didn't. Some of us went to prison 2-3 times. Some of us are no longer on this earth. But there's a great bit of us who still exists and still have our mental faculties. I could never rap another day of my life, but amongst the Trill era, I'll be known as a solid Trill nigga. Not because I'm the baddest gangster, I have a long, lengthy criminal record. Fortunately, unfortunately, I was present during the Trill era, and I chose to jump off the porch. I chose to leap off the porch into the cesspool of the community and the epidemics that plagued our city. And like a lot of us, I stand tall today, respected, humbled, and I know better. So today, I do better. So in the year 1999, I said, I'm gonna take this Trill and turn it into something other than what it once represented, and represented my own way. As well, the entitlement of doing that can be anyone in Port Arthur feel that way and move that way. I never look at anyone in Port Arthur like you are biting my, I don't care what you're doing. You from PA, you have the right. These are your rights. I, Hezeleo, grant you the right to do anything Trill, because you are from the original land. But I ask you, if you don't know, please pull up on one of the OGs and ask questions. Ask them to school you. Please go by Jim Bailey Ghost Shop. Jim Bailey, AKA Ghost. Please pull up at his shop and patronize him and say, OG, could I ask you a couple of questions? He's gonna be like, yeah, what's up? Shoot. And you ask him, what is that Trill shit all about? I've been hearing that shit my whole life. What that shit really was? Who, what, when, and where? He's gonna tell you. Say, man, say, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? That whoop, 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 wop, wop, wop. He's gonna tell you. And the thing about the Trill niggas from Port Arthur, we all have a piece of the puzzle. Such as myself, I cannot give you the entire story. I only can give you a sliver. But this interlocking, intriguing piece of a puzzle is connected and intertwined with living pieces. And I can tell you, holler at him. He can tell you, holler at him. And before you know it, you'll have a story so incredible that it's movie worthy. It's movie worthy. OG Stepper, what it is. You'll have a story so incredible that it's made from the big screen. You'll have a story so impeccable that it's made for the big screen. You'll have a story so irrevocable that it's made for the big screen. And people will watch it over and over and over. You know how niggas watch Scarface, huh, man? You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with us, but it does. It kind of interlocks with how the dope came to us during the 80s, you see what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tell you your own history. The words that we know and love, the swagger, the attitude, the way we walk, the way we talk, our lingo, bingo, our confidence, our triumph, and our struggle, and our pain. And lastly, the names who are no longer here with us. We know them all because we stood down side by side with them in ignorance and poverty, forging the 5-letter word that will become world-renowned. Trill. LL Cool J is hard as hell. Battle anybody, I don't care who tell. I'll excel. They will tell. Nigga roster. Just showed my age, man. Oh, damn it. Oh, that's 2 miles. Hold on. No, that's that's 2.5 miles. I like that. Yeah, that's 2.5 miles. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I gave y'all 2 Trill codes. I gave y'all some history. I'm gonna get this other 2 miles answering these motherfucking phone calls and these text messages and shit. But I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. And this is just Trill Code Part 1. Man, we got a whole Trill PA historian that's coming to the platform. Hey, man, I don't know when, but the shit he gonna tell you, man, gonna knock your socks off, man. He gonna introduce you to where everything started, man, from the the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s on up, man. This nigga got so much motherfucking history, man. This shit is also a documentary and a movie in itself. So maybe I shouldn't just bring the shit to the live. Maybe I should not just bring the shit to the live. You dig? Maybe I should turn this shit into a documentary. I got the cameramans. I got the motherfucking editors. I got the motherfucking graphic designers. I got the motherfucking bread. You know what I'm saying? I got everything I need. You dig? I got everything I need. Come on. I got everything I need. I got a woman. She way over town. The bitch ain't good to me. She take my money when I'm in need. She don't give me no cagogie. Oh, yes, indeed. I got a woman. She way over town. She no good to me. Yeah. Oh, why you fuck with the bitch? Oh, man, I'm locked to the bitch about here, man. Can't escape, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't escape it, man. I gotta holler at Mitch in a few years, man. Get that big smoking Mitch, man. It's going down in the South. Yeah, that's 2 miles. We did it. We did it. Yeah, we did it. Swipe or no swipe. Nigga crazy than a motherfucker. Nigga head full of motherfucking TV shows. Yeah, man, so I hope y'all enjoyed those Trill codes. I'm going to get a good drink of water, lift a little weights, do my push-ups. I'm a no good motherfucker because I owe the game 90 push-ups. I'm a no good motherfucker because I owe the game 90 push-ups. But the weather bad, everything good. Ain't nobody tripping. Ain't nobody tripping. Ain't nobody tripping because the money already made. I ain't going back to work until the motherfucker Tuesday, nigga. Maybe a whole nother year, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I've been out of work damn near 3 weeks, nigga. I'm around here begging for change. I'm around here standing by the stove asking for phone numbers and $5. You know what I mean? Can you, ladies, if you come by to this video finna, but this is just the outro. Ladies, can you imagine a man walking up to you and say, hey, how you doing? You sure look good today. You single? Yeah, I'm single. Well, let me get your Instagram or your phone number. And let me hold $5. Let me hold $5. You ain't got no cash yet. Send it to me on cash. You got Hezeleo? You got PayPal?